Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. And today I'm going to be starting work on my new journal. If you've seen any of my challenges with Roxy Creations, you will probably not be surprised to learn it's going to be a bird journal. Well, a bird and nature journal. It's not going to be exclusively about birds, but so there'll be other naturey things in there, but the birds are going to be the star of the show. This is a journal for another very good friend of mine who's quite a keen bird watcher. And it's not that she's got a special birthday coming up or anything. I just think it will be something that she would enjoy. I just wanted to make her something. She's been on her own for a couple of years. Her partner died a couple of years ago, and I just feel it might be something that she'd, would give her a boost, should I say. During this lockdown period, it's been quite tough for people living on their own. The thing that she's enjoyed the most is going out for her walks in the countryside and enjoying the birds. So I thought this would be a nice thing to make for her. I might time it around. Her birthday's in August, so I've got plenty of time if I decide to time it for then, but it's not particularly for that. I'll send it to her when I get it done, and who knows how long that'll take. So I just thought I'd show you the kits that I've chosen to put in the journal and to use for my making the ephemera. This is the first time I've done anything on the kind of naturey theme, even though I know most people do those sort of journals all the time. But for me, it's a bit of a first. So I've got lots of things that I've bought over the time I've been journaling and not really got around to using, like a lot of the labels that Tracy does and all that kind of stuff. I bought them but haven't used them because the journals I've been doing haven't really been appropriate. So this one is going to be everything thrown at it, I think. All the things I've been holding for quite a long while is going to be thrown into this journal. But this is the kit I bought first. I've got two or three here that I thought I'd show you. The Artie Mays, I love her kit. She does beautiful kits. And this one is called Beautiful Birds. It was the first one I saw, and I thought, yeah, that's the kit I'm going to use. At least that's one of the kits I'm going to use. So I bought it about 3 months ago, I think, and I've had it all printed, but not done anything with it yet because I didn't want to start cutting it up and things until I'd shown it to you in its entirety, and then I'll start fussy cutting. Because as with all Artie Mays' kits, it's absolutely heaving with ephemera. So these are the papers. They're really lovely. I'll just take this out of the way. So this is the first one, and what she's very good at is she always includes a lot of backing papers as well. So I always like to, the papers that I put in my kit, in my journal, I do like to double side them. I like to back them. So this is going to be probably my front page, just because I happen to print it on some thicker, I think it's 120, 160, possibly 160 GSM card. It's the only one I think that I printed on that. So this probably will be my outer page, and it's lovely anyway. So that's been double-sided. Oops, scrap of paper there. Oh, this upside down. So then there's this one, and I've got that on the back. That one's gorgeous. I love that. And that one's been printed on the back. I just love her kits. She does wonderful work. Isn't that beautiful? Birds of Berkshire. That's lovely. And that's got some lined paper. It's just some of these backing papers I've used are from the other kits. I've mixed and matched them because I've got a few kits here that I'll go through with you, and a lot of them have backing papers as well. So I haven't just stuck to one kit using its own backing papers. I've kind of mixed them up a bit. And this is one of the backing papers. I think I must have cut into this because it's not a full sheet, but that's one of the backing papers. So they're quite nice to print off on their own because they're really useful for collaging. So that's another one. It's really pretty. That's just a collaging sheet. So I've just printed off quite a few of the backing papers for collaging and making ephemera. And then, as I say, that's just the backing papers. And now all of these sheets are now all the ephemera. So these are like, I suppose, journaling cards. Lots of tiny pieces. I've got a lot of fussy cutting to come. I'm going to have to pace myself because if I do too much, I pay for it. Something will ache, shoulder, wrist, I don't know, elbow. Something will hurt if I do too much. So I have to kind of pace myself on the fussy cutting. But lots to do here. And then there's a like a coin envelope thing there, and I suppose you could slot that inside for journaling. And more tiny pieces and journaling cards, an envelope, more journaling cards. Oh, there's just so much in this kit. Tags and corner pockets. Yeah, corner pockets and tags. And that looks like a trifold something or other. Yeah, that could be interesting. Not quite sure how I'm going to do that, but yeah, I will have a go at doing that. Some sort of trifold coin envelope thingy. Don't know what that is. Lots of tags, beautiful tags, and I suppose you could tie them. You could trifold them and fold them all up and do them together. This is like one of those ones that over the page type of thing, I think. And then some other journaling cards and some tabs and tickets and banners and all sorts of bits and pieces. So yeah, it's an amazing kit. It's full of things to do and things to make, which I will be tackling. Now that I've shown you, I can start cutting these things up and start making a few things with it. I've been wanting to get started. I think one of the things that's held me up partly is that I wanted to get obviously my sewing journal finished and out of the way. That has been received but not been opened yet because it's not a birthday till next week. And the other thing is I haven't quite decided what I want to do about the cover, and that's been holding me back to some extent in that I can't quite make up my mind what to do about the cover. I think I'm probably going to do a similar cover to the type of thing I've done before, just because it's in my comfort zone and I'm going to use an envelope and fold it in half. And it's a bit unadventurous, I know. But when you're making something for somebody else, you don't want to be too experimental. So I might try something else, just, for one that's not being made for a journal that's not being made for anybody in particular, as an experiment, but not on this one perhaps. Then because I didn't want it to be overly birdy, I've also bought both the Nature's Remedies kits. So this is Artie Mays' version, or part of it, and Tracy Fox's part, because they go together. They obviously worked on them together. And again, I'll have to just go through them quickly. I have started using some of these papers because, as I say, I've been using some of them in the Roxy Creations weekly challenges. If been appropriate, I have used some of the papers in that. I've started to do that because I thought, well, I might as well start making some things. So really, really pretty naturey papers. And there's more papers here, but actually they tend to be, as I think Artie Mays tends to do, a lot of ephemera. So again, they're very ephemera heavy, should I say, these kits. So there is piles and piles of stuff. I mean, I can't imagine I'll use all of this. There's way, way too much for one journal. It's probably too much for even two. But it gives me lots of options, so that I can just mix and match and not go overboard on the bird front. So I'm just flipping through things because you can see there's just so much of it. There's pockets and tags and envelopes, and they're just beautiful. And probably many of you will have used these Nature's Remedies kits. Have been around for quite a while. I just haven't done anything like this yet. I did buy this one quite a while ago. I think I bought the Artie Mays one quite a while ago to go with the bird one. And then I decided I needed some more. I think it's partly because there aren't that many papers to put in to make as part of your signature in these kits. So I thought I'd better get another one. So I got Tracy's, which again I've started to cut into. You can see there's a few scraps here, but I do want to use some of the papers in the signature, so So I can't remember if I've double-sided it, then I probably intended it for the signature. So that's just got some coffee dye paper. I think that was, oh no, that's that one. These are some of Rachel from Roxy Creations. These are some of her dyed papers. I just say, mixed and matched the backing papers. So that'll go on there. Just folds over like that. And the rest, if they're not backed, that means I'm going to be using them to collage with. And some more there. And then here we are. And we're into the ephemera again. Piles. Piles. I mean, I think if I cut all this lot out, I'd have enough to keep me going for months. But I probably won't cut them all out in one go because it's just not possible. I'll have to try and pick out the things that I think I might use and cut those out. What have we here? So I think, trying to pick out some of the smaller pieces will be good because then I shall want to make my own things. I want to do my own collaging and making my own pockets and things. I don't want it all to be just pre-printed. I'd like it to be stuff that I've made. So there's some interesting things like this. It says fold with images inside. So obviously some sort of little booklet that you can make. This one I think has I was beginning to run out of ink, so you can always tell because I get lots of purple when I'm running out of ink. So this one's come out alright, and this one, and that one's okay, but this is very purple, so I had to print that twice. And this as well has gone a bit purple. What have we got here? A giant coin envelope. And some tickets and things. And then one more page that will be good for collaging. So, there we have. Oh, I've probably mixed them all up now. This is traces. I know it's not that important to keep them apart. Just for my own benefit, I like to know whose is whose. So I think this is... Whoop. Oh, don't bend up. Ah. Tracy's kit. So yes, I'm going to have to do a bit of cutting. Probably over the weekend I'll try and do some of that. And this one is Andrea's. Yeah, they're wonderful things. So, because much as wonderful as they are, there aren't a huge number of actual papers that I can use in my signature. I had another look on Etsy and found this kit, which is all papers and no ephemera, which is just what I was looking for. This is by Liana Scrap. If you remember, I've actually got one of her kits in my wedding journal. It's a lovely kit, and I thought this might go quite nicely with all the colours in the other kits. And this is called Bird's Notebook. So it is just a bird kit. So I thought this would be quite nice in my signature as well. So again, I've backed all of these. This is really nice. I'm going to have to do a bit of trimming here where it hasn't quite printed fully on the papers. And that one's backed with that one. And that one. So these are slightly different, but I think they tone in quite nicely with the other kit. That one. So this is quite nice because it's quite a nice lot of papers. I may not use all of them, and the ones I don't use I will use for collaging. This one's a bit on the busy side. I don't know whether I'll use that, but who knows. And that one. It's one of the Artimaze papers. Oh, and I think this one I printed twice because it's come out really skew-if on the... Somehow the paper's twisted, so you can see it's not printed straight, so I printed it again. So this is a spare. Okay, so that's the Liana scrap kit, which I think is a really nice one. So I will mix all of those. So I think I've got enough there to put together a journal, but also I've pulled out a few other papers that I've got. Now I've picked out a couple of my precious Edith Holden pages that have got birds on that I'm going to try and find a way to put in. I've been watching a lot of Rachel's videos, and she does a lot of clever things with flaps where she folds her papers and then she attaches a paper to it so that so it extends a page. So I thought I could do that, maybe put an Edith Holden. So I've got an envelope here. So if I put an envelope into the journal, into the signature like that, I could attach that as a page. I'll obviously cut it to size. But then I've got an Edith Holden paper inside. I'd obviously have to cover the back. I'll cut this down. I might have to cover that a little bit, but then I'm not too fussed about the eggs. But I've got a couple of pages to choose from. I may use one of them or may use both of them. And there weren't that many in there when I looked through that actually had birds on, which is surprising. So they've got this one. So that one has got a lovely image on both sides. So I could use it like that, and then I could cut it down. And actually you're not then losing any of the image. So that might be a better one to use. So I could put that in the signature within it, the envelope. So that probably will go in. And I've got a variety of just nice papers that are just a little bit, got lovely colour to this, and they can go in. There's some coffee dyed, that's some parchment paper. This is just some nice note paper that's just got a lovely colour and a lovely texture to it. Coffee dyed. A couple of pages from a jotter. Again, it's nice and thick. It's got a lovely colour. It's just really nice paper to use, and I've been using it quite a lot for putting on the back of journaling cards for writing on, because it's just such a nice paper. So I've got a couple of pads of that. And I've also got this big book of migratory birds, but it's very shiny, and I don't know whether to use that or not. But it's got some nice bird images in there. And I don't know, I haven't quite decided if I want to use that, but that will go in like that. And then the birds are on the inside as well. But it is a bit on the glossy side, and I don't know if it really will go with everything else. So that's a maybe. So there we are. I have a whole collection of papers to make my signature from. I will probably put it all together because I'm an R so much about what I'm going to go in, and what are these, which ones of these are going to go in and stuff. So I shall probably put that together off camera, and then I will, some later when I'm working on my cover, I will show you the signature that I've come up with. But in the meantime, I thought I might perhaps make a start on doing a bit of collaging to some bases for making some, as if I need more ephemera, but as I say, I do want to make some of my own. So I thought I could do a bit of collaging, making a start on making things in the second part of this video. So I'm just going to turn the camera off and clear things away, get some papers out for doing that with, and I'll come right back. Okay, I'm back. I've put those bits away, and I just thought I'd quickly show you, if you haven't caught all the challenges, the Roxy Creations challenge videos, these are what I've made so far as part of her challenge that I thought would work in this journal. I may not use them all, but they'll be possibles. So these are some tags. I think this was the very first week where we made book page tags and using vellum and see-through stickers, vellum stickers and things on the book page tags. So that one I thought was quite nice. I can just see this butterfly is lifting a bit, but I don't think it's a problem. And that's been sewn round. Some of these haven't been sewn round yet. I've got a pile of quite a few things I want to catch up on and do some sewing on. So that's that one. This one was using a napkin and a little vellum butterfly. Again, I think this is some music paper behind, and I really like that one. I think that's quite pretty, and a bit of lace on the top. And another one. These are all from the same week, same challenge. And this has just got a vellum sticker. And then this is, I think this is this week's, where we did little pockets with using book page and making a little pocket, folding them over, little tuck spot. So I made that one with a bird. And this one, again, same thing, little pocket here. And I made this one afterwards, just that I'd got a few pages folded and didn't make the tuck, so all I did was I sort of turned it around and then I did another one, so I did two together. So I've actually got a pocket here, just got a little stuck, and a pocket here. And this is using Roxy Creations, one of her botanical kits. So it had a bird on it, so I thought I'd use that, and I really like that one. So that's a larger pocket. Now you can tuck all sorts of bits and pieces in here. This is a tag. I think this was when we were painting on the tags, and I just stamped and then painted the stamps. So that was a floral one, so I thought that might work. Well, this is another one with I think it's a little vellum sticker with a bird on, a little diddly one. So that can pop in. You know, it's nice to have a variety of sizes of tags. I've got two smaller ones here. Both have got birds on. So I've got those two. And then this, I think, was from last week, where we did a flip. It's a flip, so it sits on the page like that, and it flips up. And then you have a tag in the pocket. So that's the one I made for her challenge last week. So that's using the window envelope, and then you make the tag to slide in the envelope. So of course I put a bird on it, and then it will go in this journal. I really like that. So there we are. So they're the bits and pieces I've made so far that I could use in this journal. So I'm probably, if I cut everything out from the kits that I've got and made them all up, I probably have enough stuff to make this journal. But I probably still will want to make some more ephemera, just because it's fun to do. So that's to that end. Just put those out of the way. I'm going to go into my little collage book. Remember, I made this. It's just a magazine. So it has some Christmassy stuff. I've still got some Christmassy stuff at the beginning. And I think the next page I want to use is here. So it lies nice and flat. And it's just a case of sticking things on in the theme that you want to collage in. So I've got all my collagey papers here from the various kits. I've just put all the bits and pieces that I'm not so likely to use. I won't be using for the signatures, and I'm going to collage with them. So just get myself organised. Glue book there. Get my rulers out from under, and let's just get started. So I want to just come across there. That'd be quite nice in this bottom corner. So I haven't done any collaging for a while. It's one of those things, it's always something I keep meaning to do, and it is fun to do. And it's just nice to have those bases ready, so that when you want to make up with it, if you need a side tuck or a belly band or a large journal card, because sometimes you need something a bit bigger than the journal cards. That they tend to come in a standard size, the ones you get in your ephemera and your digital kits. The journal cards tend to come at a fairly standard size, not unreasonably, because they're the size that are most useful. But quite often, if you've got a large a large side tuck or a belly band or something, you just need something a bit bigger. Let's try and get that close to the edge. There's my little card. There we are. Just make sure that's all smoothed on. So, oh right. I'm never sure where to put my glue book so it's out the way, but handy. Perhaps I'll put it there. So this is all from. These are all from Artie. This is a Tracy one. Just do that down there. So it keeps trying to snow again. Out there. So I just looked up and there was a flurry coming. Now it's finished again, and it's actually really quite a lovely bright day today, which is rather nice. I don't mind it like this. I think if it's nice and, even if it's cold, if it's bright and sunny, you can put up with anything. It just lifts the spirits, doesn't it, to see a bit of sunshine. I wonder what it's like where you are. Are you having snow or have you got sunshine? It's amazing, isn't it, around the world, everybody's experiencing so many different weathers. And yet, we're all stuck indoors, whatever the weather's like, we're all stuck indoors just the same. So we have to be hopeful for the future. Now that we have the vaccine, things have got to start improving. We have to believe that. We'll be able to get out and about, see our friends, see our families. That's the important thing. Ooh. Trouble is, when you're just stuck indoors all the time, and well, stuck indoors, I quite like being indoors. I can't say I feel particularly stuck because I'm doing what I love to do. But it does mean you don't have a great deal to talk about. Although, funnily enough, when I have a phone call with one of my friends, I've got a few friends that I have regular calls with, and we find plenty to talk about somehow. I don't know how. I think there's always certain friends that, whatever's going on in your life, even if there's very little going on, you still seem to manage to talk for England or wherever you come from. Talk the fine legged off a donkey, as they say. And you think afterwards, and sometimes Richard says to me, oh, you know, what do you talk about? Oh, I don't know. We just talk about our families and what's going on in the world, I guess, and how we're experiencing it. Need a piece across here. Where's it? So a piece of this. Okay, let's do that. The thing about collaging is to try not to think too much about it, isn't it? Just to kind of get your pieces down, use up your scraps. Although, because I haven't done a lot with these papers yet, I don't really have a lot of actual scraps. I'm making the scraps as I'm collaging rather than using them and creating them. It's just like a never-ending thing, isn't it? Where's my card? There it is. Might use a bit of book page at the top here. Oh, my hands are getting really sticky now. I just need to get a piece of white. Well, not a piece of white, a white. Ugh, just wipe my fingers. Right, oops. I go up there. Just a piece there. This is one of my old French books, I think. Yep, I'll put that there. And then I'll put something down. It's easy to put the big pieces, filling in the little gaps. You end up with lots of funny little spaces you have to fill in. So I've got a few small bits because I've used them, some of these papers now, for my Tracy challenges. Not Tracy, Rachel. Ugh. Sorry, Rachel. Ooh. That's sort of right. Want something going. No. Oh yeah, that'd be, yeah. Nice little piece. Okay. Right, what else we got? Put that down there. Right. Whoop. Or should I put it there? Yeah, maybe it could go there. I just need to do the edge a little bit. Make it a little bit less straight. Just like a little bit of a jaggedy edge. Now, is that still going to fit? That's the question. Put it there, and then I have to put something across here, won't I? Okay. Get rid of another page. I guess this is not really the most exciting thing to watch, somebody collaging, but it's the first thing to starting to make ephemera. Though I'm also hoping to make some things. I've got a really lovely Stamperia pad. I do like my Stamperia papers. And I'm going to put it up a bit higher. I'm hoping to make a few things with that as well. I've been watching a lady called Corey Darman, and she's somebody that Gail Gostinelli was recommending, and she's making some very interesting, doing some quite interesting videos of making what she calls flips, flaps and folds, and she's doing some very fun looking ephemera, so I'm going to have a go at making one or two of her things too. So I'm kind of working on that so that I can make, once I've got the hang of it, I can make one on camera. But I'm not quite ready to do that yet, but I will fairly soon. Oh, it's not wide enough. Okay. Let's do a bit of, not that one. I'm going to do it on the edge. I like something a little straighter. It's not very birdy yet, is it? But I suppose the birds will have to go on afterwards. I could just put the whole thing down there like that. Yeah, I think I might. So they go on as more of as the accent, I guess. I don't want birds, you know, I don't want overkill on the bird front. I have a lot of birds that I've cut out. I bought another digital kit of birds by Lorna from Tailor Made Journals. She does a beautiful bird kit, just individual birds that you can just cut out. And I've got all those ready to go as well, to be used on the ephemera. I say I've got enough bird kits and bits and pieces to last, I don't know, half a dozen bird journals probably. But it's nice to have lots of options. Okay, just put that all the way down there. I like that. Okay, so now we need now I might be able to I'll put that there. I could put that there. And I think I will. I'll do the back of this, which is just going to be the neutral papers, you know, some coffee dyed papers and bits and pieces. I'll back it off camera. You don't need to watch. That would be too cruel to make you watch me do that as well. Well, you don't have to watch any of it, really. You could probably just wind this forward and just see how it looks when it's finished. And I need another last little piece. A piece. No, it's not quite big enough, that one. I could use another little piece of this. Maybe a bit of leafy stuff. There. Yeah, that'll be all right. All right, one page done. All right. It's nice and naturey, isn't it? Not a bird in sight. But then the birds can be added after. All right, let's do another one. It's all stuck down. And okay, so have I got anything? I did pick out some of the papers that I'm going to use in my signature so that I know what I've got left to use. So I've got a few of the Liana scrap ones that I've decided not to use in the journal, even though some of them they've all been double-sided, which is a shame really because it's a bit of a waste, but I decided I couldn't use them all, so I just had to be ruthless and pick the ones I like the best, or that I thought would work best. Not necessarily that I like the best, because I like this one, but I thought might work best in the journal with the other papers. Okay, where's my ruler? There it is. So I think I might just put a little birdie down the bottom. The whole thing. I can always use that as well because it's double-sided. I can use that as a part of the... Okay, let's put them up there, down there, maybe down there. Don't know why. Just seemed like a good place to put over. I seem to have turned my glue book around and working from the back now for some reason. Never mind. It gets harder when you're getting towards the end of the glue stick. I have a new one ready and waiting. I'm going to have to order some more. The one thing you get through more than any, of course, is your glue sticks. Okay. I've lost my card. I'm sure it's around somewhere. Just smooth it down. Right, what else should we put on here? Can put that across the bottom. Nope, that one. Don't want it to be sticking too flat. And I'll just do the edge of this as well. Oh no, because it'll get covered up. Okay, put that there. No, that side. Can't remember which side I'm putting on there. I don't know why I'm working from the bottom. It's just the way it's going. Hi, I'm sorry about that. That was a phone call from the podiatry service that they've just rung me to see if I want an appointment tomorrow. So I said, oh yes, please. So I'm going to get my feet done tomorrow. That would be lovely. I'd like to get those done fairly regularly. Anyway, you don't need to know about my feet. all my lovely issues with my feet. I'm going to start a new glue stick because the glue's dried on here now. So I'll have to go over it again. Never mind. So yeah, sorry about that. Right, get back into what I was doing. Ugh. Try not to go right over the edge of the... I want to go as far across as I can, but I don't want it to go so far over that it won't stick properly. Okay, get some more. I might put a bit more glue page on there. We have a bit more French. I do it that way. Just cutting off all the pretty stuff, but never mind. When I say pretty stuff, I mean the colour. This has actually got a red edge on this book, so that's quite interesting. Red edge to the pages. Probably can't see that, but ooh, stuck by itself. Do that way. Do that way. Do that way. Do that way. Right. No idea how these pages will turn out when I start cutting them out. It's all part of the mystery. I need to find my little card again. Just gets buried under things, I think. I don't know why I don't put it somewhere it's easy to find each time I use it, but it just goes AWOL every single time I use it. Oh, there it is. Right. So, what else have we got? A bit of that. That's a nice one. It's a lovely page, isn't it? I mean, you could make a nice page in the journal as well, but I can't use them all. So I just have to use them in here. Go down there. So I did that. Yep. With the straighter edge at the top. There, like that. Yep, that's pretty. Lavender. It says no garden is complete without a few herbs. Oh no, that could be rosemary. Looks like rosemary leaves. I'm no expert, clearly. Don't really know what it is, but I think it might be rosemary. We have a big rosemary bush in our garden and it's beautiful, and it does have lovely flowers on it. You don't always think of herbs flowering, but when it's flowering it's really pretty. And they could well be that colour, that lilac-y colour. Get that on there. Yeah. Card, yes, there it is. Just try and be a bit more conscious of where I leave it. Right. What we're going to put down here. Maybe put something over. Yeah, I might just do a few birdie bits. I wonder if it'd be good to have them going the other way. Like that. Don't know. Don't really want them. I don't really want things kind of lining up too much. I like it to be a bit. Maybe I don't need quite as both. Can't speak. Both birds. Maybe I just need to cut that one. Cut the edge off. Tear the edge off. Nope, that won't. Because it won't quite grip when it's only just a thin bit because of the cork on the back is useful for gripping, but it doesn't grip right to the edge when you only want to take a thin piece off. So maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's put some other bits on in the background first. What else have we got? I decided I wouldn't use this in the signature after all because I think this is too bright. I might reprint and put it in with a different backing, but I just might use it in this. Use it for doing collaging and things. I'm going to put that there. Okay. Sometimes it's quite difficult to see the edge of the magazine. Bum, 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 bum. piece of this would be nice because it's just a little calm piece. Nice little bit of something a bit quieter in the middle. If you see what I mean. I'll just put that there. Something going across here. And then the bird can just go there, maybe. Right. Okay. Might put another piece of, there was a nice little piece of that book page. Has it gone on the floor? No. Oh, here it is. Could just put that there. Take that little piece off at the side. There we go. Oh, that's not going to fit. Oh, that's a shame. What else have I got? A bit of dictionary. Maybe I'll put that on instead. Nope. Right, I might just put that across there. Yeah. And now, can't get rid of this. So I'm going to put him on there, so I just need to put a little something here. I'm sure I've got a little something lurking over here. A little something. Got lots of little somethings, just can't see any at the moment. A little bit there, a little bit there, and then I think we're done. So I'll have a couple of just collage pages ready to go when I need something. But because they're fairly neutral, fairly general, if I don't get to use them in this journal, I'm sure I'll have a chance to use them in another. They're not overly themey. I mean, this page is a little bit more, and then it's got birds, but then we use birds in all sorts of journals, really, don't we? I'm just going to pop that one on as well. Don't want any lines lining up. So I'm trying to cross them over. There we are. Everything's sticking to it, to everything else. Right, there we go. A little bit of collaging. It's one of those things you could just keep doing, you know, all day. So that's one page, I like that. And another page. So all I've got to do is put the backing on them. I tend not to do it very much until I actually get around to using them. I haven't done it on these either. But I might just get those ready and back them so they're ready to go. Okay, thank you very much for joining me once again, and please do join me again soon, and hopefully in the next video working on the bird journal I will be getting the cover done. I really need to get that done, because I think once you get the cover and the signature done, you feel like you've got something to work from. And I also know I need to get my signature sewn into my wedding journal as well, so that'll be my next job. Okay, thank you very much for joining me again, and do join me again soon. Bye for now.